Hi friends, thanks for joining me for Junk Journal January. Junk Journal January is hosted by Meg's Journals, and she has a team of collaborators, but it is also, in a way, it's an open collaboration, meaning you can join in if you'd like to. If you want to join in on Junk Journal January, use that as the hashtag. Meg is hosting this in collaboration with Get Messy Art, and I'll be sure to add Meg and Get Messy Art in my description box, as well as Meg's original video so that you can check it out in case you decide that you want to join in. Meg has provided a prompt list, so there's a prompt for each day of the month, and you can definitely go find that up on Instagram. Alright, so I want to share with you what I have done already on this spread. So the prompt for today is stained, and I started the spread using a stained doily, and because the doily was torn, I went ahead and I used a piece of vintage fabric to cover the torn area. Now I am inking up a piece of vintage music paper, and I'm going to glue that to the edge of my spread. I have combined a photo from a book with an encyclopedia page, and I'm trying to decide where I want to put it. And I have finally decided that once I'm done inking it, I'm going to put it in the upper corner, and I'm going to use that as a pocket. If you are curious about the materials that I am using to make this journal, I explain that and go over that in my first video of Junk Journal January. The other thing I want to make sure that I mention, and I know that I mentioned it in previous videos, for this journal, some of my pages will be art journaling pages. Some of them will be pages that I actually journal on. Some of them I might create in a way that I could use it as a scrapbook. But in the end, no matter how I make the layouts, I am definitely intending on using this journal in the future. We are just about finished with this spread. I have one more piece of gold metallic leaf that I want to add, and I want to add a tag to that upper pocket for future journaling. I wanted to mention to you guys that it's not required to add the prompt to the page, but I'm going to go ahead and do that to as many pages as I can. So here we are, I'm just trying to figure out where I'd like to place it, and that is going to be day 3. Now day 4 is a decorated tag, and if you remember on day, I guess that's day 1, with the starry prompt, and I go into that in the video, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. I took those photographs when Carl and I took a trip down to Fort Myers to the Ford and Edison estates, and Mrs. Ford had a garden put in that she called the Moonlight Garden. And at night, when the moon was out, the white flowers would light up, and the pond, the lily pond, would reflect, and it was all designed so that everything would sort of reflect and you could see it. And so I thought that that would be nice for the prompt of starry. So today I'm going to be creating this tag, and I'm going to use this particular picture of flowers because the flowers are white and pink, and the white would work great in that garden. And you'll notice that spread has a pocket in it, and that's where this tag is going to go. So that's why I'm trying to make it sort of match, if you will, or at least flow nicely. So that image of the flowers has white flowers with a little bit of pink on them, and I think it's going to be perfect. And I'm going to back it with this paper here that almost looks like it has lattice on it. I definitely want to add an eyelet to this and maybe either some torn cotton or some ribbon, but before I do that, I want to go ahead and ink up the edges. I grabbed my container with the eyelets in it, and look what I found. I found this beautiful piece. I think it is absolutely perfect to add to this tag. This was recently given to me in Happy Mail, and I just love it. I'm going to use my clothespins to hold this in place while it dries, and that way I know it's being held in place. I can go ahead and move forward and add my eyelet. I have chosen a raspberry colored eyelet, and I have also decided to go ahead and use some vintage cotton. One of the gifts that I received for Christmas was a multi-pack of stickles, and you guys know I've been using them lately, and I really enjoy using them. So I'm going to go ahead and add some stickles to this tag. I have sort of a greenish, it's not, I can't say aqua. It's a green, but there's a little bit of a blue tint to it, but it's going to be absolutely perfect on the leaves. I will definitely add some white stickles to the white flowers, and probably might add some pink to the pieces of the flower that's pink. Friends, I am super happy with how this tag turned out. I am trying to angle it so that you can see the stickles on it. I think you can see it. I absolutely love it. It's going to look beautiful in the pocket that shows the moonlight garden. Thanks for watching. See you soon.